What up, YouTube? It's IKG, formerly known as No Chains, and I am back with another commentary. And right off the bat, I'm going to be looking at some offers for Jared Allen. I actually shopped around a little bit and saw what I can get for him, and the most I could get is a second round pick. Nobody was willing to give up a first round. Some of you guys said that I should include Carlson in this trade, but I decided to do something separate, and you guys are going to see what I do with him. So I'm going to take the second round pick of the worst team. I end up saying no, but I end up saying yes later on. So I take the second round pick from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're never really good on this game. I'm hoping that he won't make that big of a difference, and they still get a good pick. And I'm going to cut Carlson, and then I've incurred a cap penalty of $4 million, and I don't know how that works. I think that goes at the end of the season, but cap won't be a big problem. So what those two moves did was get me into the positive so that I can make some moves so we can get some immediate help at the cornerback position. And as you guys know, I picked up Nnamdi Asomugha, and he is the starting cornerback. I picked him up in the middle of the preseason, and he has the best man-to-man coverage, and that's what I like to do. I like to play a lot of man-to-man, so him being the best man-to-man corner, I'm going to have him starting. And I'm just looking at the depth chart a little bit, let you guys get an idea of who's going to be playing, who's going to be backing up. And just letting you guys know, Griffin will be starting in place of Jared Allen. So it will be Robeson on the left, I want to say, then Griffin on the right, if you're looking at it towards the offense, if that makes sense. From a defensive perspective, Griffin will be on the right. I'm confusing myself right now. But briefly going back to the moves I made, the reason why I made them, as you guys know, I just explained, I really needed some immediate help at the cornerback position so that we just don't get torched. You guys know we're in the same division as a lot of good offenses. You have the Detroit Lions, and you have the Chicago Bears with Brandon Marshall, and then you have the Packers offense. So we can't afford to have a bad secondary, and we have to upgrade that as I go on in this one. But not only dumping Jared Allen's contract and Carlson's contract, that just gives us some breathing room for the offseason. You guys know I love playing the offseason. I love increasing my team's chances by adding talent. And, I can't do that if I'm negative in the cap room, and that's just not good. So one of you guys told me about Cook, the cornerback, and I put him at the second cornerback. Somebody told me that he was really good, so I was just like, hey, I'm going to trust you guys and put him in at the second corner behind Nnamdi. And Xavier Rhodes, the rookie, he's going to be our nickelback corner. And the way I did that was basically just basing it off of my strengths and weaknesses. I play a lot of man-to-man, so Chris Cook actually had the second best man-to-man coverage for our cornerback, so that's why I put him at the second and Xavier Rhodes at the nickelback corner. So we're going to be playing the Detroit Lions. So speaking of the cornerbacks in the secondary, Nnamdi Asomugha is going to have his hands full with Megatron. Any cornerback that goes up against him does. And you guys see the Detroit Lions, as we're going to be facing off against them in week 1, they're really, really banged up. They have Nick Fairley out. They have, most importantly, Reggie Bush out. So they're going to have Bell filling in for him, and we're going to have to see what he can do. Hopefully we can shut him down, even though we have an absence of Kevin Williams in the middle. So hopefully Sharif Floyd can do a good job shutting down that run game, and we don't really have to worry about that. What I'm focusing on going into this game is Megatron. That's definitely the player to watch. He can abuse any corner, no matter what sliders you're on. He cannot be shut down. So we're going to have to get into the gameplay and see what we can do right now. On for the play action, I was just speaking of Megatron. They're going to get an early first down to the 40-yard line, 44-yard line, so he gets his first reception on this day. And just letting you know, he has a big day. As you guys see, he catches his second for the drive so far, and that is 37 yards very quickly for Megatron. And back to pass is Stafford, and there he goes again, finding Megatron, getting them down to the 4-yard line. So Asomugha is really struggling right now, and then they will cap off the drive with a touchdown pass to Brandon Pettigrew. And Stafford was hit, but he still was able to throw the touchdown pass to a wide open Pettigrew. And we're going to try the triple option to Adrian Peterson, and he breaks a tackle and gets past midfield. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be very fun to watch Adrian Peterson this season. And what I wanted to say was, before I got into this commentary, was that Cordero Patterson is the second wide receiver as it stands today for this team, and I will be using him on a lot of different screens and different things like that, allowing him to get a lot of yards after catch. So Joe Webb is in due to the injury to Jerome Simpson, and he's out, and he'll only be out for 2 weeks. So we won't be without him as the slot receiver for only a few weeks. It'll only be 2 weeks, so he'll be back. As you guys see, Josh Freeman gets his first rush for 10 yards, and that'll set up a 1st and goal. And we're going to hand off to Adrian Peterson, and that is just too easy for Adrian. He gets the game-tying touchdown right there. So we tie the game up at 7. This offense is looking very, very fluent in its new playbook, and it's looking like it will be successful. But one thing that is not successful right now is Asamoah's coverage on Megatron. I know it's Megatron, but he has to put up a fight. And as you guys see here, I'm switching up to a zone coverage because man-to-man, we just don't stack up versus this team. So I switched to a zone coverage. I switched back and forth throughout this game, and we're just going to have to find out how effective it is. And on 1st down and 10, Stafford's going to find a wide open Calvin Johnson over the middle for another gain of 10, and that puts him at 99 yards in the half so far. And we go to the same zone, and this time he finds Ogletree over the middle to set up a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. They're going to hand off to Bell, and he will plow his way into the end zone, and that will put his team up 14-7 as they celebrate a touchdown. So our offense pretty much just has to match everything that their offense does because our defense isn't playing well at all. And look at this run by Adrian Peterson, and just like that, he has sprung free. The 10-5 touchdown. Adrian Peterson. Only thing I have about that one that I did not like was that puts our tired defense right back onto the field to defend Megatron in this offense. As you guys see, I get hit with a sick juke move by Bell right there, and he gets down to the 49-yard line in our territory. So our tired defense goes out onto the field once again and is struggling once again. And on 3rd down and 9, they're going to hit Megatron yet again, and that puts him at 7 receptions for 119 yards. But our defense holds them to a field goal right here as they get stopped as Matt Stafford tried to run, and they will settle for a field goal. And then we're going to hit Greg Jennings, but he will drop the ball right there. And on 3rd down and 17, Freeman is standing in the pocket. He's going to throw on a run to Adrian Peterson, and he is able to get a 1st down and still is on his feet. And that is a 25-yard reception for Peterson. So he just went beast mode right there. And there's Cordero Patterson getting a about 15-yard pass right there. And on 2nd down and 10, feeling the pressure is Josh Freeman. He will be sacked by, I don't even know how to say his first name, but Ansa. And on 3rd down and 16, he will have to throw this one away, so we will be forced to punt the ball. So that is not good. We have to match everything that this offense does because our defense doesn't show any signs of life right now. And they're going to find a wide open Pettigrew who has been gashing us pretty much all day, just as well as Megatron. And they're in their 1-minute offense. And on 3rd down and 3, Stafford is back to pass with a very clean pocket. That is just absolutely terrible pass rush. We really miss Kevin Williams in the middle. And they're going to find Jock Bell, and he's going to get a 1st down. And they will settle for a field goal right there as they ran out of time. But look at this run by Adrian Peterson. He cuts it up the left side and gets brought down at the 30-yard line. And we have a star of our own, and he has 8 rushes for 187 yards on a couple of very big 40-yard plus runs right there. And Toby Gerhardt gets in on the action. He gets about a 10-yard rush. Here's Adrian Peterson again getting us down to the 2-yard line. And then we take a delay game, and that sets us up with a 1st and goal from the 7. And we're going to find Ellison as Rudolph was hurt earlier in that drive, but he will return in this game. And Ellison filling in for him comes in and catches a touchdown on his 1st reception of the season. And Robeson applied the pressure, but Pettigrew is still wide open. He was able to get it off to him, and no Vikings reacted to that ball being thrown. And Stafford under pressure, just going to throw this one up to Calvin, and you see what he does. He beats the coverage, then breaks the tackle of Nnamdi Asomugha, so he is struggling heavily versus Megatron, but I'm not going to hold it against him at this point as Cordero Patterson drops the ball on 2nd down, and that will set up a 3rd down and 7. Freeman back to pass with a clean pocket, and we get another drop pass by Jarius Wright, so we will have to punt the ball, and we are down by 7. We have to get a stop right here if we want to stay in this game because our offense is struggling and so is our defense. Our defense has not been able to stop anything today. And on 1st down and 10, Stafford is back to pass, rolling out to the right. He will be picked off by Chris Cook. And thank you to whoever told me to start this guy at the 2nd corner or the 1st. I think you told me to start him at the 1st corner, but I ended up putting him at the 2nd. So thank you to whoever told me to do that. It paid off well right there as he gets us the ball back. And Freeman is rolling out to the right side, and he will get down at the 16-yard line right there. And on 3rd down and 10, Freeman with a nice pocket going to find Cordero Patterson, getting us down to the 3-yard line. So we're 2 yards away from tying this game up. Freeman back to pass again, going to get a rushing touchdown this time, and he ties the game up for the Vikings at 28. And he is playing very, very well for this team so far. You guys cannot deny that. I know a lot of people are not fans of Josh Freeman because of what he does in real life, but just think about how he's playing right now. He's playing very well, so just disregard anything that's happening in real life and just think about how he's playing in this connected franchise mode. And they're going to find Calvin Johnson again, and that will put his catch total to 10 and his yard total to 187. And Megatron's partner in crime, Brandon Pettigrew, has been tearing us up all day as well, as he catches another one. I'm talking about Megatron, by the way, and he gets him down to the 7-yard line. So we have to figure out some way to stop this guy. And on 2nd down and goal, we're going to stop Bell short of the touchdown mark. And then they're going to try to toss out to the right side, and a great tackle by Nnamdi Asomugha, although they credit it to E.J. Henderson. So they settle for 3. So if we score a touchdown, we take the lead by 4. We're calling the screen, but instead we're going to go up deep to Cordero Patterson, and he will take this one all the way for a touchdown. So this offense has a lot of firepower, and we have a lot of ways to score very, very quickly. Although I do have a gripe with that. I have no problem with the points, but it's just the pace that we get them. We've had a lot of big plays, and our defense has been very tired, and they've been getting gashed due to that. And Stafford is able to sit back there for a long time, read the newspaper, drink some tea, and find Calvin Johnson as he gets over 200 yards receiving on the day. So they're just facing no resistance to the pass right now. No pass rush. As you guys see, he has another great pocket, and then we have a great play by Harrison Smith right there, knocking the ball out of the hands of Burleson. So they will have to punt the ball. So that was a great play. And there's Adrian Peterson yet again with another 40-yard plus run right there, and that will get us all the way to the 17-yard line. So that stop by our defense is proving to be very, very crucial, as we will try to convert on 3rd down, but we will not. So we will settle for a field goal at this point, and that will put us up by 7 points. So it's up to the Lions in this offense to get a touchdown to take it to overtime with under 2 minutes left if they want to continue to keep this a game. And Stafford is going deep, and he will be picked off by Harrison Smith. And he has been playing great today. He has a few tackles, a couple of good open field tackles, some deflections. And Adrian Peterson is only a few yards away from beating his record. I could have ran it again, but I didn't want to be, unsportsmanship I guess. I didn't want to just run it to get stats, but that was a clutch stop by our defense. They have been getting tore up all day, but when it came down to it, they were able to get a couple of good stops. We forced a punt, and then on the very next drive, we caught an interception on the first play of their drive. So our defense was able to get it together. And as you guys see, Josh Freeman gets some love from the owner, the lifelong fan, and he gets a lot of love from him due to his great day. I mean, I would be over there shaking his hand and congratulating him too, as we start the season 1-0. He only threw 15 passes. Our run game was pretty much the main reason why we won this game, although he did throw 2 touchdowns. Pretty efficient day for him. And there's the rushing totals. Adrian Peterson just missed the record, and I didn't want to just pass stats and get it. I mean, I could have broke the record, but I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want to pass stats. So going into next week, one thing that we have to improve on is our pass rush, and we'll be getting Kevin Williams back soon, so that may increase the pass rush right there. And we have to work on our secondary. I have to figure out what type of zones I can play with this secondary. Man-to-man doesn't work too well, but our corners will only get better, and we have a long season ahead of us. So our offense is running pretty much flawlessly. It's very fluent. We get a lot of big plays, so I'm really excited to play with this offense. Josh Freeman had a very efficient game. 2 touchdowns, didn't turn the ball over once. Actually, the Vikings as a team had 0 giveaways, and the Lions had 2. So our defense actually, like I said, came through when we needed them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.